Javier.
Definitely Majo, my girlfriend.
Well, besides the obvious, my boyfriend Juan. I mean, if it wasn't for the companionship of Juan, the support of Juan, I don't think I would have gone through the 2 years. And, you know, as far as my project, really just everything. I mean, he's been with me for every step of the whole thing. And Kati, our project wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for her. And I think Kati is an example of a strong Colombian woman. And I think she's definitely an example of what hopefully a lot of girls can be and should be here.
My friends, probably like my first friend here was my host cousin in Sabana Grande. And he kind of, I think, set the tone for everything. Just being really like goofy and saying stupid, gross jokes, and I don't know, just like being silly and open to try things and teaching me about things. And so he's probably had the most long-lasting influence on me.
Damaris, one of the artists in San Jacinto. She was part of the host family for Joanne, and she just, to this day, I'm part of the family, and she's taught me a lot. I've learned to weave. She's worked a lot on my Spanish. She's been a really awesome contact.
It's not so much like influence, but inspired me. I have one of my students. I've seen him in the last 2 years just grow and mature, and I've just been incredibly proud of him. He like participates in everything I do, which like is a little intimidating, but I have like a real special place in my heart for him, and I like really see big things, and I look at him and I see all that growth and the potential, and I think like that every single one of my kids is capable of it, and it's really inspired me like for the work I do here. And I don't know if I'm the reason he's grown or whatever, probably not, but just to watch him like in the last 2 years just really come into himself has been really exciting.
Probably my little neighbor Lily. She's just adorable, and she's always so happy. And anytime I'm having a bad day, she'll just come to my room and start, you know, jumping on my bed and bothering me, but it always cheers me up.
Oh, that's easy. So I have a counterpart. Her name is Nazli, and she's just been helpful since day one. Like, the first time I met her, I knew that I wanted to work with her, and ever since then, she's always been helpful. Her husband's a great chef, and so they just have really made my Colombian experience A1.
Definitely my host mom. She, from day one, has just been a big champion and supporter of mine early on, like helping get my bike fixed in a fair way, and then helping me, like I said, with my birthday party. Definitely my host mom and the rest of my host family.
There's a couple. There's a girl at my school, her name is Juliet Martinez, and last year she was gonna apply for Camp Glow, but her parents wouldn't let her, they wouldn't give her permission. But she said, it doesn't matter, whatever you guys wanna do, I wanna be involved in that. Like, I wanna be part of it. And so like the girls that did come to Camp Glow and came back and were doing a tree planting project, she was the only 10th grader that was into it. And so she came and like helped out everybody plant trees. And then the next year, now that I'd gotten to know her a little bit, like she was like, okay, we're gonna talk to my parents, we're gonna get permission to go to Camp Glow. And we did, and we convinced her parents, and she ended up becoming like the personera, which is like kind of the student council president of the school. So she's just an incredibly motivated person, and she is just a very good leader even at 16 years old, and I'm just really excited for her future and really glad to have been a part of getting her to a camp to kind of ampliar, to increase her abilities. I think knowing that there's people like her that I'm helping is really, really satisfying. And I think my host mom is another person that's really influenced me. I moved to her house when I was kind of depressed, and I didn't really know what to do or where to go, and I was kind of struggling with what to do with my afternoons. And she helped me like write up a letter to the alcaldía, to the mayor. She came with me to the mayor to present my idea of starting a community class and ask for space. And she like presented me to the mayor's assistant and like kind of helped me like get some projects going. It kind of got me out of like my depression, and she's always kind of been a supporting person for me.
Definitely Silvana, my counterpart. We've formed a very close friendship, and we've been the best teammates. And I think without her, my school experience would have been different, so I owe it to her.
My next door neighbor, she's a student of mine. She's in 9th grade. One of the girls, she participated in Camp Glow, and she's become like the sister I never had, and she's really influenced my service a lot. We're homies. She's like my best Colombian friend. We're really tight, and my service would be a lot different if I had met her.
One of my favorite people who has just been incredibly open with me is my homie Boris at school. He's like our jack of all trades. Not only has he taught me a ton of Costeñol, but we have things in common despite very different cultural experiences or backgrounds. The most prominent one being super distractible people that are just doing too many things at once. So I love that we get to connect on that level, but share the random facets of our culture.
My counterpart, Fernelda.
Probably my counterpart at the foundation. She's from Manzanillo. Her name's Sarai. A lot of Peace Corps volunteers know her. She no longer works at the foundation, but just as a friend. She's been really helpful and always there to listen.
My counterpart from the Buritaca branches of school, her name is Alicia Gonzalez, and she was my first friend when I came to my site, and I really owe her my strength and resilience to her.
Office staff, just because like when I was having a hard time, there was always somebody to say or give suggestions or advice, and all of that advice I've put it into practice, and it's all worked out very well for me.